What's a power jet? Where's the power jet? How'd you bypass the power jet? How'd you cap off the power jet? Guys, I can't be Google for you. I have absolutely no idea if I'm going to be able to fix that. But this is actually the exact problem that several people warned me about. I did not over tighten this. I took their warning and I just snugged this on. But I guess the vibration just kind of pulled it out. I don't know, but it's definitely not over tightened. As a matter of fact, yeah, see, I can unscrew it with my finger. That's how loose it was. Even if I can fix it, I don't know that I want to trust it. See, there's this lock ring. Okay, it's a lock ring, kind of like what you would see on one of the pistons. It just pulled right out of the groove, so I bet I could put it back in and it would work fine for a little bit, but it's just going to pull out again, so I'm going to have to figure something out. I actually just pushed it back on with my fingers. It just snapped right in place. For now, I'll just put it back in and order another tank, I guess. Or maybe I can get another petcock. The thing is, I really like this design. If it, you know, worked right, because you can tighten this nut down and then you can position the petcock anywhere you want. I also like the fact that it has a reserve. The tank itself feels good as far as quality goes. Oh well. All right, we'll move on to the next bike. We snapped the chain on this one, so that's all she needs right now. Just when I think that dog can't get any more chill, he always surprises me. He's on chill mode. He guards that bike. I don't leave it outside, but when it's outside, he doesn't let it out of his sight. It's a really lightweight chain. What the heck? That's weird. I just grabbed something off the Walmart shelf because it needed a chain, but I should have got something heavy duty. I should have ordered something offline. I will. I'll get some heavy duty bike chains for these, because trying to pedal these Cranbrooks from a dead stop is not fun. Anybody curious, these bike specific chain breakers, they're designed so that they'll stop pushing the pin just far enough so it'll actually stay seated. Okay, this is going to be stupid complicated because of these dumb little, like, I don't know what you would call this, but the links are not connected, so it's like just overly complicated. I'm sure there's a good reason for a design like this in a parallel universe. Oh, because the links are not connected, I can't just set the chain in here like every other normal chain in the history of chains. It is gonna be a tight one. Let's go test it. This is what I was talking about on these generic kill switches that come with these aftermarket throttles with the aluminum housing. See how it says off? You know, that's what we have to have it on to run, which is fine as long as you just know that. Hey, it might really confuse somebody trying to steal your bike though. It's a good bike. Well, maybe not the bike, but the motor. It's a great motor. All right, so we've got 3 problems on this bike that I can think of at the moment. Rear wheel, a little bit loose. The rims have bumps in them from the factory. The back one has this one. It's not a harsh bump, but I sure can feel it when I hit the brakes. And the front one has a more severe bump that I need to ping out with a hammer or something. I'm probably not going to do that on camera because whatever I do is going to be experimental and I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. But in a nutshell, I'm probably just going to take a hammer and just try and flatten it out best I can without destroying the rims. Why did this come loose? I don't know. I maybe didn't adjust it right the first time. And plus, as you ride them, they're gonna break in or wear in or whatever you want to call it. It's just keep an eye on your rear wheel, especially after you just built the bike. Fresh builds, you really need to watch out for the wheel coming loose. After you adjust it the first time, you should be good to go as long as you properly tighten down all the lock nuts. I did get some of the organizing done the other day. All of my bike specific tools are in this box. They're temporary home until I get them an actual toolbox. There we go. Bar none, the easiest way to remove a rear wheel is simply see? I swear we overthink this stuff sometimes. All right, how loose are we? Well, that's not so bad. It looks worse because, see, this always wiggles a little bit. See, when it's engaged forward driving the wheel, it's locked. When it's engaged backwards with the brake, it's locked. They're just all of them that I've seen are like that. Okay, all right, let's see if we can't fix that. Why is that? Oh, apparently we did not tighten down the lock nut enough. And I'm guessing the first time I used the coaster brake, it just kind of loosened itself up. And the only thing holding this on was the fact that it was sandwiched between the hub and the frame. Anyways, if you want more details on what I'm doing, you can check out the video link in the description. And like, I know some of you guys think I don't clean my bikes, especially if you pay any attention to the dual sport. Okay, I don't clean the dual sport, I'll be honest. But the bikes I clean. I clean the bikes pretty regular. They just, as soon as I ride them to work one time, all that goes out the window. Cleaning them's fun, so I don't mind so much, but yeah, they're never gonna be show bikes. I'm not a show bike guy. I think we got it, so I never can tell for sure until I take this bottom one off. This puts so much weight on it that it smooths it out and you can't tell for sure, but I think we got it. That is pretty dang close. No play. And she spins pretty free. Not perfect, but it's a coaster brake hub. They've always got a tiny bit of resistance. If it was a front wheel with this adjustment, the shaft wouldn't spin in my hand at all. But this is good enough. I am happy. Bike fixed. How'd this work last time? Oh yeah, While we're here, we might as well make sure all these are still good. Rim needs to be trued, but it's not severely out of whack right now, so I'll do that later. I want to lean out the needle because as it is right now, mid throttle is completely useless. Seeing how useless mid throttle is, like just absolute garbage four-stroking, I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 notches. Kind of a trick to this one. You get the cable out a bit, lift it up, and then push. And that falls out every time. This is probably gonna mess with our idle because apparently the clip overlaps. Like everything overlaps to some extent. So, yeah. And if it does, then we'll deal with that. All the way at the top. Should lean out the mid throttle as much as we can, hopefully. Okay. Get this little guy in. Slide that in. Catch it on the groove and make sure that this is the proper way around. Yep, there we go. Okay, cool. And done. Give it a few ups and downs to make sure that cable's seated and it's not going to pop out on you. What's a power jet? Where's the power jet? How'd you bypass the power jet? How'd you cap off the power jet? Guys, I can't be Google for you. If you Google what is a power jet on a carburetor, it's literally the first thing that shows up. But for some reason, it's like black magic to some of you guys. So the power jet is on top of this carburetor right there. Okay, I'm not going to go into all the details about what it does. In a nutshell, when you're at wide open throttle on the proper engine that can support a massive carburetor like this, it spits in extra fuel. So, and I think of it like an afterburner, you know, dumping in a little more raw fuel to the mix. Okay, well, for the YD100, this carburetor is already too big. And the power jet, it floods the engine at wide open throttle. So I unplugged it and capped it. Okay, and that's it. That's all there is to it. You know, I left the hose there in case I want to plug it back in for some weird reason, which I can't imagine why, but. Big heavy girl. Tires rubbing on the bike chain. Okay, let's fix that. Time to wake up the neighborhood. Idle's okay at the moment, but let's see what it does after it warms up. We'll let it warm up. Don't give up on it yet. Idle's all right. I still need to adjust the screw because it'll kind of want to die, but it's not running away. That's what I was worried about. I don't think I'm gonna be able to tell on this quick test. Doesn't really seem much different. I can't tell for sure, but I never really know until the motor is good and heat soaked. Lights. There we go. Off to work. Oh yeah, much better, much better. I'm just at a low cruising speed, maybe 20, 25 miles an hour. Anyways, it's better. It's never going to be perfect, guys. At some point, you just got to get on the bike and ride it. Look at this old place. Did you miss me, buddy? Did you miss me? They missed you. Everybody misses you. Oh, yeah. He's ready for a bike ride.